वर्तमान हमको सुधासर को जाऊँ केंद्र मंत्री हरदीप सिंह पुरी का प्रेस मीट को
BCAS and Sri Arun Kumar, DGCA, in today's press conference. Civil Aviation Ministry has undertaken significant initiatives and carried out Lifeline Udan mission successfully to deliver over 940 tons of essential medical cargo during the testing times of COVID lockdown. Vande Bharat mission has played vital role in bringing stranded Indians back to homeland. More than 6.5 lakh citizens have been brought back through various means and over 80,000 have flown out of the country. Today's press conference will be like this: opening remarks by the Minister, video and PPT from Air India, then there will be video on drones and PPT by the Joint Secretary of the Ministry. So I request the Minister to kindly make the opening remarks. Sir.
Thank you very much. I prefer to call this a press interaction rather than a press conference, because I was looking at my own notes and I find this is the sixth interaction that we are having on civil aviation related matters. I don't know how the other ministries are faring in terms of number of these press interactions.
Only health will be leading.
So I think we must be. But you know, in fairness, these press conferences become important because of the COVID. And this is a new format. It gives me the opportunity, rather it gives my senior colleagues in the ministry and all the related organizations the ability and privilege to interact with you, not only those of you who are present here physically, but many of you are linked online, I'm told, and I'm sure we'll be able to interact in a, not in a question and answer, but in a mode where we will have an opportunity to explain exactly what the challenges were, where we are today, and how we want to proceed ahead. I just want to recall that these press interactions have been earlier on 6th March, 2 April, 5th May, 21 May, 20th June. We explained the measures which were taken at the airports. We outlined the commencement of the Lifeline Udan mission, which was able to, I wouldn't say complete its mission, but mature to a point where the remaining cargo could be carried out by domestic flights when they started, or we were sending our carriers to bring back 1,500 tons of cargo from outside and take 30 tons of cargo from here in. Then we talked about the resumption of domestic operations, and we also, I want to just remind you, outlined the beginnings of the Vande Bharat mission. Now, I just want to submit some figures to you. I will request Rajiv Jain. Where is he? No. I have another Rajiv Jain who is the ADG PIB. All the figures that I'm using, just put them on our ministry's website so that those of our colleagues who want to, quote those, they have easy access. Now, these figures change every day. On the Vande Bharat mission, I just want to remind you that when we started, we had modest beginnings. The demand assessment which we were working on was that there were approximately 190,000 Indian citizens who were in distress or were stranded in other countries. Why did we have this figure of 190,000? This is a figure which was given to us by the Ministry of External Affairs. Why did the Ministry of External Affairs give us this figure of 190,000? Because those were the number of people who registered in the missions and our consulates throughout the world. So we planned a mission according to a program, according to having 190,000 people to be brought back. Now I just want to share with you that the total number of people, citizens repatriated as of yesterday, 15th July, those are the latest figures I have, is 687,467. 687,467. You know, when we carried out the operation to evacuate people from Kuwait, this was in the year 13th August to 11th October 1990, and the total number of people who were evacuated were, I think, something like 170,000 from Oman to Mumbai, and they operated 448 flights. I think Air India then entered the Guinness Book of Records when it was 170,000. Today we have done 687,000, and this figure increases by the day. Every evening my social media team gets the approval from me on an outline of how many approximate, and then when the figures come in at 23:59, when the last figures come in, they update it, and that is when it goes out midnight or early morning. Out of this figure of 687,000, the Air India group has transported 215,495. Indian private carriers have brought back 12,258. But wait a minute, that private carriers have also operated private charters. So many of them chose to fly the charters because the Vande Bharat figures were kept low in order to make them affordable, especially from the Gulf, where we were charging 13,000, and the charters were obviously charging market rate. So charters brought back, Indian charters brought back 135,000, 135,000. Foreign charters brought back 211,361. So this is the total figure of 687,467. When we go into the question and answer session, I will share with you my ideas, both in terms of what we have already agreed to, in terms of the establishment of air bubbles between India and the other destinations where there is a fairly heavy demand for traffic. Some of these air bubbles, we have completed the negotiations. In the case of other air bubbles, we are at an advanced stage. Why do we need to establish air bubbles? Well, ideally, if, and I've been stressing this in every interaction with you, all these arrangements depend in the ultimate analysis on the behavior of the virus. If the virus was suddenly to atrophy or to dissipate and we have normal operating environment, we would just open it up to normal traffic. But even domestically, as you are seeing, we opened up, I think on 25th May, and we are at 33%. We want to do more, but many of our cities are going into additional restrictions. Some lockdowns are taking place. So we have to navigate through a difficult terrain which is affected by the virus. And this is also the case with other places, other cities in the world where we normally fly to. So I will give you an introduction and I will tell you where we are on the air bubbles. Till international civil aviation can reclaim its pre-COVID situation in terms of numbers, I think the answer will lie through these bilateral air bubbles, which will carry as many people maybe as possible, but under defined conditions. Because many countries are still imposing entry restrictions, as are we. It's not that anyone can travel from anywhere to anywhere. You need permission. In the case of some countries, even if you have a visa, a valid visa, even if you have a valid stay permit, you would still be required to obtain an additional clearance. Now, till those restrictions are in place, I think air bubbles is the answer to going forward. I would like to also broaden the format of our interaction, and we'll have many more, of course, by saying that we have introduced in today's interaction a presentation on drones. Now, drones will increasingly come to occupy a very important space in our civil aviation. not only in terms of our skies, but delivery of essential services. They are being extensively used in operations against what are called locusts, and I think this presentation will cover it. We have a presentation from Air India. Once we are through these, we will have, I think, more than enough time to get questions from you, to interact, to find out what the future course of action will be. And as I said, my senior colleagues here from the ministry and related organizations, we are happy to do that.